Today I passed step 2 of the trading combine and I earned a funded account with Topstep Trader, and I used Quantitative alerts for Nasdaq futures to time my entries and exits. The best part is I recorded each trade to show you how it can be done. Here we can see some stats here for the evaluation period, and fortunately you don't have to obey by this rule here anymore. I had to trade for 10 days and then reach my profit goal of $3,000 without violating any of the risk metrics. This rule here, this 10-day rule, no longer exists. Topstep Trader eliminated it last week, so theoretically you can pass step 2 of the combine within a day. And if we scroll down here, we can see how the account performance looked over the 10-day period. I had 2 losing days. This one here was a pretty large loser. I lost some $700 here. And my last day today was also a loser, because on Friday I made it above the profit threshold and I had a cushion of $135. So I only needed to place one Mickey Mouse trade today and not lose more than $135 and I would qualify. I don't want this video to be hours long, so let's get right into the trading activity. And please forgive me, the first couple of days were a little bumpy. It took me some time to figure out how to show the screen of my phone with a text message from Quantitative with the details of each trade. But if you hang in there, you will get the idea how to use those signals to pass the combine and earn a funded account. I just started a new combine, so I have a paper trading account with $50,000, and I will use the alerts that Quantitative sends me to earn a real account, a real funded account with Topstep Trader. For me to pass step 2 of the trading combine, I need to place a trade on at least 10 trading days. And we have only a couple hours left in the session. And so far, Quantitative has not triggered a single entry point. So at some point between now and the end of the session, I must place a trade in order for this day to count. I'm taking a shot here, trying to capture 5 points to the downside. I switched over to a 1-minute chart, and the only reason that I picked this moment here was that wick. The order just got filled, so day 1 is officially in the books. I will not place another trade. Account sits at 50,096. I just got a buy signal for the Nasdaq with a target of 14,971. I bought 1 contract and I will place my target over here at 14,971, and my stop I will remove for now until I see some sort of a wick form so I can place a stop at a decent location. This low here looks reasonable, so I will turn off the bracket order and place my stop here. It's very tight stop now, but since the position has already gone against me by some $350, at some point I need to cut my losses. Stop. And that was quick, and that was a loser of $415. Account value at 49,677. It is a little unfortunate, but price reversed right after I got stopped out. The thing is, in order to pass the trading combine, we need to manage risk properly. So here we have to work with stop losses. When I trade for my own account, I try not to use stop losses because most of the time it happens exactly what just happened, and the algo is just trying to find spots where we can manage risk properly, but obviously our stops will sometimes get hit. Luck is definitely not on our side today. Here is where I tried to go long. This is where I got stopped out, and this is what the Nasdaq is doing now. It is going vertical. But this is also part of the game, and I don't want to sugarcoat anything. Sometimes we will get stopped out at exactly the worst time. We have a sell signal here in the Nasdaq, and this is how it looks when you get the text message from Quantitative. Here it says we have a sell signal in the Nasdaq, and we are supposed to go short around 15,185. I messed that part up because I shorted way lower than that. So the risk reward is not as good, but the target here is 15,136-ish. The Nasdaq hit our target. Here is where we went short. This is where we covered. So I'm back in cash. The account value sits at 50,328 on the day. I made profit right now before fees of $240. I just got a text message to buy NQ, and we are supposed to go long around 15,184 with a target of 15,195. So let's do just that. Around 94. So if I can get in here, I will try to get out around 95. Let's see if we get filled. I definitely tried to be too cute to place my buy order here at 15,183 because price ran simply away from me and hit the target already. So there is no point in leaving this order here open. I just simply missed the trade. Now we have a sell signal here for the Nasdaq. It wants us to go short around 15,195 with a target of 15,191. So it is just a 5-point scalp. It's going to be tough to get a fill because price moved already away from that level. I placed the order to get short at 15,195. I would cover at 15,190, but the question is, does price even get back up there? The order just got filled. I'm short at 15,195, looking for a move 5 points lower. The Nasdaq hit our target, so we are back in cash. Account sits at 50,425. I got a text message to sell the Nasdaq at 215.17 with a target around 15,205. So I will short
order filled
the Nasdaq here, place my target there, stop should be above 15,227. So that didn't take long. The order just got filled. The Nasdaq hit our target. I'm back in cash. Account sits at 50,671. We had two overnight signals, two sell signals in the Nasdaq. This one here I actually took. I placed that order from my phone and I did get stopped out. So around 15,266 I went short, but I did get stopped out. The second one I did not take, and here we were asked to short at 15,280 with a price target of 15,204. So if we take a look here on the chart, this is my attempt when I did go short at 15,266, got stopped out at 15,277, and here actually further down 15,280. So it must have been around here is when the machine triggered another sell signal and had a target of 15,204. This is a big move from 15,280 to 204. This is 76 points. And the target has not been met yet, but it has been moving in the right direction since. Unfortunately, I missed that trade, and that would have been a big winner because the position is already up by more than 50 points, which is per contract $1,000. But it is what it is. At some point, I need to get some shut-eye. But it is very encouraging that the signals that we are missing are actually working. Guess what? The price target of 15,204 was just met. So this would have been a beautiful short from this level here, 15,280-ish around here, down to here, 76 points. Beautiful trade. We just got a buy signal in the Nasdaq. So I'm going long, placing my target here 20 points higher. And now I'm going to bring up the phone screen. And here is the text message. We have a buy signal in the Nasdaq with a target of 15,227. And I placed my limit order here at 15,226.5, which is close enough. And the Nasdaq just hit our target. We are back in cash. Account value sits at 51,089. I just got a text message to sell the Nasdaq with a target of 15,297. I placed the order already. 52.9675 is my target. I got stopped out here, but I reinitiated the short position, so I am short again at 15,3 26, and I will take profit if price drops down to 15,296. The reason that I placed another short is because I made a mistake. My stop was way too close. The text message was suggesting to have a stop above 15,344. The high was below that. It was below 15,340. So it was my mistake. And when I realized that, I just initiated the short again. The Nasdaq just hit the target, so we are back in cash. The count sits at 51,416. And for the day, this means there's a profit of $1,110 before fees. We have a buy signal for the Nasdaq with a target of 15,334, and the machine is asking us to go long around 15,307. I placed the order already, so at 15,307 I want to go long. My target sits here at 15,334-ish. My stop loss at 15,284. The order just got filled, so I'm long the Nasdaq. Price almost hit our target, and since this move is almost as large as the machine predicted, I moved my stop to 15,313 and a half. So in case price reverses just shy of our initial target, I can still capture a profit no matter what. And price did indeed reverse just shy of our target. I got stopped out here with a profit of $125. Account value now sits at 51,538. We have a buy signal in the Nasdaq with a price target of 15,313. So I placed already a bracket order, an OCO order, and I'm trying to go long at 15,294. My exit price is 15,314.75. I might actually move that slightly higher because I'm willing to pay more than the text message is suggesting. It is telling us we should be paying 15,289. I don't think we get filled at 15,289, which would be down here. It would be beautiful, but I don't think it's realistic. So I'm moving everything up by about 5 handles. The order just got filled. I'm long the Nasdaq. A lot happened during the overnight session. I got stopped out on the trade that I placed late last night. Since then, we got 2 additional signals. Let's bring up the phone. We had a sell signal here with a target of 15,209, and it was asking us to go short around, let me clear this up, around 15,236. And when we zoom in here, that is this trade. I shorted it here at 15,236, placed my profit target at 15,209. Apparently it looks like maybe it was 208.75, and got filled. So that was a nice winner. And after that, we got, I'm not sure why this software is giving me such a hard time here. And after that, we had a buy signal. We had a buy signal here with a target of 220-ish, and it asked us to go long around 15,205. I took that trade as well. Let's go over to the 1-minute chart. It's easier to see here. And this is that trade. I got filled at 15,202 and got out at 15,217 and a quarter. And the reason that I couldn't record me placing those trades is because they happened during the middle of the night. So the phone woke me up and I placed those trades from my phone. The account balance is now 51,951, and for the day we are up by $550 before fees. We have a sell signal in the Nasdaq with a target of 15,375, and the machine is asking us to go short around 15,392. And I placed the order already, so I want to go short at 15,392. My target sits at 15,375. I have my stop currently at 15,407. Let's check the text message. And here it is saying we need to have a stop above 15,405, which 15,407 is above that, so I can leave it as is, and hopefully we will get filled to go short the Nasdaq. The order just got filled. I'm short at 15,392. The Nasdaq just hit the target, so I'm back in cash. Account value sits at 52,288. We had multiple signals during the overnight session. After the short signal, which was this one here, we had a buy signal in the Nasdaq to go long around 15,359 with a target of 15,381. I took that one and it was a winner. Let me try to find it on the chart. That was that trade. But after that, we had a couple of additional signals. And here we had another buy signal with a target of 15,314. I took that one as well, but that was a loser. I tried to go long here, got stopped out there. And then we had one more signal. And it always takes 2 clicks to bring this up. I'm not sure why that is. And it is another buy signal with a target of 15,268. And I tried it once, got stopped out here, and then price reversed. So I took another shot at it, and I'm currently long the Nasdaq. I paid 15,244, and I have a target at 15,265 and a quarter. And we just got another buy signal, and this time the machine is predicting a move of 38 handles with a target of 15,276. I don't want to be too greedy here with 15,276. I don't believe that is necessary that we go for that big of a move. Let me remove my stop here real quick. I like this area because here we had some volume. And as long as we don't violate this wick here, I think we can stay long. So a stop below that would probably make sense. But I want to give it a couple of minutes to see how price is reacting here. And maybe then we can place a proper stop loss. Price action really is not that encouraging. That these wicks do not hold is not a good sign. The machine was suggesting a stop below 15,208, so I placed it at 15,207, but I will probably move it a little higher. If we see some recovery here, then I will probably move it below this low here. I think it makes sense to adjust the stop now to 15,215-ish. Something like that, because if we violate this low, then this is just a trending down day, and then we should not be fighting it. I don't like the price action at all, especially this candle here. We tried to bounce and immediately sellers came in, so I will kill this trade. We have another buy signal in the Nasdaq with a target of 15,195. I am already long, so I'm just going to place my limit order to take profits if price gets up to this level here. Price action is not too encouraging, but what is even more worrisome is today is Monday, and Monday is the most important day for the combine because Topstep has this rule that we cannot lose more than $1,000 within a given week. So if we lose close to $1,000 on a Monday, then we are going to have a hard time getting back in the game during that week. So I don't want to shoot myself in the foot by taking too much risk on a Monday and then I don't have the wiggle room to place trades the rest of the week. And that is why I will place a stop below this candle here, below that low. It is a pretty tight stop. We might get stopped out and then price reverses, but I have to be careful here because it is a Monday. I did get stopped out. The P&L for today is minus 705. We haven't had an official signal during the US session, but I did place a few scalps where I tried to capture 5 points here and there just to bring my P&L up because I don't want to violate the weekly loss limit rule. And I managed to do that. So the P&L for today is plus 590 before fees. If we take a look at the report for the week so far, we can see that the P&L looks a lot better now. I'm only down by $200, which gives me another $800 that I could potentially lose within that week without violating any of the rules. So if we do get an official signal, I don't have to place a tight stop. I can just place the stop where it is supposed to be, and that makes a huge difference. We have a sell signal in the Nasdaq with a target of 845. So I will short the Nasdaq here. Move my target down to 845. The Nasdaq just hit the target, so we are back in cash. Account value sits at 51,951. We had a couple of buy signals for the Nasdaq. The first one had a target of 14,881. I took that one, but did get stopped out. The second one has a target of 14,865. So I'm currently long again the Nasdaq, and I'm trying to get out at 14,864 and a half. And here you can see my first attempt. This is where I did go long, and I got stopped out on this candle over here. The order just got filled, so I'm back in cash. The account sits at 51,899. We have a sell signal in the Nasdaq with a projected move of 9 points to the downside, so it's more or less a scalp, and a target
Order filled.
of 14,808. And I did place already an order, and it just got filled, so I'm short, and I got in at 14,815.75, and I have my target here at 14,805. The target just got hit, so I'm back in cash. Account value is 52,110. I just got a text message to buy the Nasdaq. Expected move is 13 handles to the upside with a target of 14,810. So I will place my order, try to go long here. 810 is the target, so 9.5 should do the trick. Let's see if we get filled here. The order got filled. I'm long at 14,797 and a quarter. I just got stopped out here on this wick, and the P&L for the day is now minus $85. I think I got kicked out at the exact low here, and 5 minutes later it hit my target. So this was very unfortunate, but this is also part of the game. Sometimes luck won't be on our side, and today seems to be one of those days. We have a sell signal for the Nasdaq with a target of 14,821. It is a tiny move that is expected here, minus 9 handles, and we are supposed to go short around 14,830. So I have an order already sitting here. Let me bring it down to 14,829 and a half. That's close enough. The target I will move up a little bit to over here. Hopefully we will get filled here soon. I have a little PTSD from getting stopped out on the last trade. I don't want to miss this one here. So I will bring down my order a little bit. The order just got filled. I'm short at 14,827 and a quarter. I don't believe it is necessary to have a stop this wide. So I will bring it down, and I will also move my target down to 14,805-ish. We've been in such a tight range here. If this is a real sell signal, we might just go for a bigger move here to the downside. And I just got stopped out, and the most interesting part is if I had just done what the machine asked me to do, to place the target at 14,821, I would have actually hit the target and would not have gotten stopped out. Just to confirm, let's take a quick look at the phone. Here it says the target should be at 14,821. So I cannot blame the machine for the loss. This one here is on me. There was no official signal the last few hours, but I placed a couple of scalps, and I wanted to show you what I'm looking for when I do that. And when we are zooming in here, you can see here, for example, I placed a scalp, 5 points to the downside. Here, I placed a scalp, 5 points to the upside. And I am looking for a move in one direction that looks like it might be stalling. So here, for example, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles in the same direction. The last one was the largest candle and had the largest wick. That was my signal to say I might be able to capture 5 points to the downside. The same on the opposite side. Here we got some movement to the downside, and we had a candle here with some wick action. That tells me maybe this momentum here to the downside is exhausted and we can bet on a small bounce. This strategy is especially helpful in the combine when you are close to hitting one of those risk metrics that you don't want to violate. For example, if you're already down on the day $500-600, so you don't want to place a regular trade where you might lose $300 and then the day would be over for you because you're getting too close to the $1,000 loss limit, then it would make sense trying to get in a couple of small scalps for 5 points in the Nasdaq. That's a $100 profit. If you can squeeze 2-3 of those in, you have way more wiggle room. So in those moments, it makes sense to look for small scalps. We haven't had an official signal all session, but I did place a few scalps to get my P&L up a little bit. And here we just saw an example where we could place another scalp. Here we had a nice move to the upside with a solid wick here at the end of that move. So I will place a scalp here to short, and hopefully we will get filled, capture 5 points real quick, and then move back to cash. Unfortunately, the order never got filled and price is now rolling over, but I'm sure you get the concept. I just got a sell signal here for the Nasdaq with a target of 14,593, and I'm already short, and I got short at 14,610 and a quarter. My target here sits at 14,594. The text message says to place a stop above 14,626. So I have it currently at 14,625. So I will move that up above 14,626. The Nasdaq just hit the target, so I'm back in cash. Account value sits at 52,521. I got 2 text messages overnight, 2 times. The machine was telling me to buy the Nasdaq. This one here was triggered at 14,559 with a target of 14,577. This was at 1 o'clock, 12:57 a.m. Mountain Time, and I missed that one. I was asleep, but it was somewhere here, 559, somewhere here it triggered, and obviously it hit the target, but I missed that. The second one I actually did take, but I chickened out a little early. Let's remove those here. This one triggered at 14,598, and it had a target of 14,621. And I took this one. That is here, 14,598, but I did chicken out. I was placing that order on my phone while I was halfway sleeping, and when I looked at the price action, I simply didn't like the way it was chopping around, and I killed the trade too early. Totally unnecessary, because this one also hit the target. 14,621 is the target, so this candle here would have gotten us an additional 15 handles or something like that. But still, not too bad. Account value is currently at 52,692. I placed a couple of scalps with nothing really to show for, but here we have a setup that is decent, so I will short one contract right here, trying to capture 5 points to the downside. It is not the perfect setup,
Order filled.
but I will just do it for demonstration purposes. And by the way, QuantYeti has now officially scalp alerts. So when the setup is right and we want to go for a 5-point scalp.
Order filled.
Okay, that scalp worked. And if we want to go for a 5-point scalp, it will send out a text message when to go short or long and where to place your stop, and then we try to capture 5 points. But to go for a 5-point scalp only makes sense when you trade full contracts. So if you are trading micros, I would not go for a scalp. There's simply not enough money behind it. But if you trade a full E-mini Nasdaq future, 5 points is $100. If you squeeze a couple of those in every day, that makes a huge difference over the long term for your P&L. We just got a buy signal for the Nasdaq with a target of 14,682. I will try to go long somewhere here. 82 is the target, so I will move my limit order over here. And hopefully price comes down a little bitski to get filled. The order just got filled. I am long at 14,664 and a quarter. The order just got filled. I'm back in cash. Account value is 53,135. I just got a buy signal for the Nasdaq asking me to go long at 14,816 with a target of 14,828. So I will try to do just that. Long at 16. I only need to place one trade today to qualify to earn a funded account, because today is day 10 of step 2 of the combine. So
Order filled.
yes, the order just got filled. So I will just go for a 5-point scalp, exit there, and then don't do anything for the rest of the day, because I want the account balance to be above 53,000 bucks by the end of the trading day, because that means I have reached my profit goal and I will earn a funded account. I still believe that the odds are pretty good to be long the Nasdaq right now, but since I don't need to make a profit on this trade to qualify for a funded account, I simply hit the exit at market and cancel everything button to move to cash. So the account balance is above 53K. Today is the 10th day that I placed an order, so I officially qualify for a funded account. Fortunately, you don't have to deal with that 10-day rule, because Topstep Trader eliminated it last week. So if you pass step 1 of the combine, there is no minimum requirement for step 2. As long as you make, for the $50,000 combine, as long as you make $3,000 in profit without violating any of their risk metrics, you will earn a funded account. I know this was a very long video, but if you made it this far and you have any questions about the algo or about Topstep Trader, about the strategies that you might apply, or if you just want to share your story, how did it go when you signed up for the trading combine, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. You can also contact me directly using this chat window here on my website. I will put a link to that in the description below the video.